Electricity is everywhere by this point, so it's worth knowing how it works. In this video, I'll try to explain what electricity even is, insulators and conductors, and how electricity is created. Electricity is basically a flow of electrons. Electrons are tiny particles, and I mean really tiny. They're part of atoms, which are tiny structures made of electrons, protons, and neutrons, which are other tiny particles. There's a bunch of protons and neutrons in a ball in the center of the atom called a nucleus, and electrons orbit the nucleus. That's not exactly how atoms are like, but it gives you a good idea of them. Oh, and did I mention atoms make up all solids, liquids, and gases in the universe? I'm getting very off topic. You don't really need to focus on neutrons or protons. Just focus on those electrons. Basically, electrons can carry electric charge, and when you get them flowing in one direction, you get an electric current. Next, I'm going to explain insulators and conductors. So not all materials let electric current pass through them as good. Materials that don't really let electricity pass through them are called insulators. This is because the atoms inside insulators have a hard time getting rid of their electrons. Examples of insulators are wood, wool, and glass. Conductors are the opposite. The atoms inside conductors get rid of their electrons easily, so they let current pass through them. Examples of conductors are silver, copper, and gold. That's why so many wires are made from copper. It's really good at conducting electricity, and also because it's strong and it's fairly cheap. There's also semiconductors, which are in the middle of conductors and insulators. An example of a semiconductor is silicon. Finally, how is electricity even generated? Well, first of all, energy can't truly be created or destroyed. The total amount of energy in the universe always stays the same. You can only convert one form of energy into another form of energy, like electrical energy. This law is called conservation of energy. But let's actually move on to how electricity is converted. Say we have a long copper wire. Inside it, there's lots and lots of atoms. Electrons keep moving from one atom to another, but in random directions. When an outside force strikes one atom, the atom lets go of its electron, which bumps into another atom, which bumps the electron out of that atom, which creates a chain reaction of electrons, which creates an electric current. An outside force that can strike an atom so that its electrons gets removed is a magnetic field. If you move a magnetic field next to a wire connected to a light bulb, the light bulb will light up. By coiling the wire, you can get stronger electricity. This is how most electricity is generated. Fossil fuels, nuclear energy, wind power, water power, all of them spin, turning magnets next to coils of wire, generating electricity. I hope you enjoyed this video. My next one will be on how planes work.